Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I made this beautiful card with products from Stampin' Up! I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website. Click the links for the products that you'd like to be taken to my online store, and there will also be a PayPal button if you would like to order the card kit from me. You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. If you're ordering the card kit from me, you will want to buy the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set, the Cinnamon Cider ink pad, and the Old Olive ink pad. You may also want to buy the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle. You can get these together at the same time and you save 10%. I'm also going to be using the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder and the Ornate Borders dies. I'm also using some of this gorgeous 3/8 inch embroidered ribbon. This is really thin and soft and gorgeous. You will also want to buy Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch, or you could just flag the ends or leave them square. Here's what's in the card kit. You'll get the Very Vanilla envelope, the Cinnamon Cider card base that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You'll get a piece of Very Vanilla to go on the inside. You will get a piece of Bumblebee that's already embossed and die cut for you. You'll get a sunflower that's die cut for you, and this one too. And you'll also get the frame to help you with the Stamparatus. There's some Old Olive that will already be die cut for you. True confessions, I cannot find this piece, this die right now, so I have not cut that out. If I can find it, I'll cut that out for you, but it will not be hard to fussy cut. And you will get a 1 by 4 1/4 strip of cinnamon cider and some Very Vanilla that's 3/4 by 4, and just a couple of the enamel dots from the 2022 in color enamel dots. And there's also that ribbon that's in the kit, and you'll get some dimensionals, at least a dozen or so. This is our new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. That's a long name, but it's a wonderful machine. It will come with all the plates that you will need for it, but I have recently purchased the additional magnetic plate, which I love, and we're going to start with that. I'm going to start cutting this large piece of Bumblebee with the Ornate Borders die. This die has one side that actually cuts and one side that does not cut across. It leaves this part attached. If you do want to have it a separate piece, there is another piece that can cut that off for you, but we do want it attached. So the side with these pointers is the side that cuts. So we're going to put that right up against the side. And this barely fits on 5.5, so you want to be sure that these parts are still on the cardstock. The magnetic plate does go with the gray side up and the number up. I had to actually look up how to do that. It is a self-healing surface, so I'm just going to cover that up. And in an earlier video, I was using my old machine and I had such a hard time getting this piece to cut. And this machine does a wonderful job. So I'm going to use my die brush. And then I'm going to put this into my embossing folder. This is the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. I don't want to emboss the parts that are cut, so I'm going to line that up. There's a line that I can line it up, make sure it's straight. So for embossing, you just need the base and the embossing folder, and then the number 4 specialty plate. and we'll run that through. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but when I first got that embossing folder and my old machine, it was giving a very good impression in the middle, but on the sides it was a little bit less distinct. Then I tried my old machine with these plates, and they do go in the machine, so I think you could just buy these as replacement plates. But if you do that, I think you would need to use a shim, because this whole piece is a little bit more like the sides here. This is with the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and it gives a nice deep distinct impression all over. We're going to put the ribbon on. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive, and I'm just going to wrap this around right about where the embossing stops, and then we can go ahead and put this on our card base. I love this new adhesive, but I have been having a hard time with it, the adhesive being back a little bit. The directions say you can just roll it, but I have not been successful just rolling it unless I'm rolling it across something sticky. And so usually I've been using my fingers just to roll it just a little bit, but I found that this adhesive eraser works great to get it started. So we're going to go ahead and put that on here. I think I'm going to open it up so I can get it right on that fold. And now we can stamp. I'm going to suggest to you that you use a stamparatus. If you're not buying my kit, you just need to stamp the flower on one of the squares. So I'll go ahead and ink it up. And the other square. Bringing back my stamp emboss. Got the platform, number 1. I've got the number 2 for the die cutting. I've got my number 5 for the magnetic plate. And I'll go ahead and cut these flowers out. There are actually some petals that kind of swoop off to the side, but I see those 3 flowers, so we'll line those up. And we'll use the open one, looking for those 3 petals. I love that there's no like dots that this jumps to. Love that. If you did buy my card kit, you can just put that on your image and put your piece in there. Again, you have to find those 3 that are curvy. There they are. And find those 3 that are curvy right there. Both of these die cuts fit in that same opening, so that's kind of fun to know. And we are going to want that center cut out, so we'll just stamp that too. And since I can't find that piece, I'm going to fussy cut it. I do hope I find it, because it's got these little dots in there that add a lot to it. And while I've got this in my hand, I just want to curl this a little bit with the bone folder. When it's time to do your leaves, just stamp your leaf on your grid paper and match your shape and pop the leaf in that hole. Ink your leaf and stamp. And you'll need to do that 3 times. Then take your pick tool is a good way to pick those leaves up. And I'm switching back to the flowers because I also wanted to stamp just a bit of my envelope. Maybe we'll go there and ink and stamp the envelope. And we want to do the same thing to the inside of the card. I want to stamp my greeting. I'm going to stamp thanks a bunch. And then I am going to use this end. And this is designed to fit the 3/4. And it's also designed to fit the 1 inch. So we'll adhere these together. And then we'll put this on with dimensionals. And that will go down here. Put these leaves so that they're coming off this way. And I am going to use the mini dimensionals. I should probably put those on my supply list. I think I will change that and include those in the kit. And so I'm putting those in the thick parts where they won't show, hopefully. And we'll find our 3 curvies and our 3 curvies and line those up. If you don't get them lined up perfectly, that's totally fine. We'll put more dimensionals on the back of this flower. I've used a lot of layers of dimensionals on this. If you are sending it through the mail, you probably only want to use 1 layer of dimensionals. So we'll put that over the top there. I'm going to double up the dimensionals for the center, so I'm putting 1 on and took off the backing and put another one on top of it. And we'll put our flower center there. And I don't want to forget my enamel dots. Push and slide. Push and slide. This one didn't go where I wanted it to go, so I'm going to move that real quick. There. We can go right there. And we'll put a leaf here and slip it under. Another leaf here. And slip it under. And I know there's another leaf. There's my other leaf. And we'll slip this leaf right there. Don't let me forget to put the inside in. And we have our envelope. That's it. Thanks a bunch. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. And you'll find a PayPal button to order the card kit you saw in this video. Also on my website, you'll find a shop button. Under shop, you'll find products from Bev, shopping strategies, frequent shopper points, a link to my online store at Stampin' Up. When you click products from Bev, you'll find information about sharing my current products notebook in Evernote and taggers. I started making taggers when all of those layering shapes came out, and it was so hard for me to figure out which one I used and how to tell somebody else which one I used. So I made taggers. Each tagger has the name of the dies, the item number, how many in the set, and each tagger has the size of that shape. I also sell my cardstock sampler, fine tip glue pen replacement tips, and large and small reclosable bags that I use for designer series paper, both the 6x6 and the 12x12. And I have a link for my friend's bow maker. Under inspiration, you can scroll my projects, look at the latest post, find out about the basics, which I've designed especially for new stampers, and techie tips. Under getting organized, you'll find links to stamp case slips, product labels, large labels, case inserts, ink refill cases, lots of coloring tools, stamp pad storage that you can make for yourself for practically no money, catalog tabs, a quick reference, and a wish list with the catalog index, directions for my basic toolkit to go and my compact desktop toolbox. I have so many people looking for my Evernote current products notebook that I have a new tab just for that. You can find out how to share my searchable catalog. And if you're interested in joining my team, you can go to SIP Together and you can find out how to join my team so that you can either save money or make money. Almost all of those resources are free. More organization means more time for crafting. Talk to you soon. Bye.